Hello everyone, this is Brenda and I thought I would send you a little video about the last project, the brown bag lunch, and the components that make up the brown bag lunch. First of all, before I start that, I want to let you know that I have graded everything up through week 6, and I'm sending emails to, I think, everyone just to give them an update of what their grades are, but mostly to give you some commentary. I think for the most part, 99% of it, you guys are doing an awesome, really thoughtful, and some, in many cases, very out of the box kind of thinking in terms of your commentary and in terms of the resources that you're finding and the reflections that you're making on the readings. It's been one of the most substantial discussions I've had in this course in a very, very long time. So very big kudos to everyone. And with a few exceptions, I think that there are a couple of questions that are holding up people from working on their brown bag lunch. So I want to show you a couple of things that I want to make sure that you know about. First, this graph here I put together just to demonstrate the pieces that you should have in your brown bag lunch. And you'll notice that everything that's going to be in your brown bag lunch are pieces of information, graphics, data, everything that you've collected in the course so far. Every item of work in the course reflects and has some impact on your brown bag lunch. So for example, your brown bag lunch is a presentation of you as a teacher, the way you think about education and your role as an educator and the big issues that affect you and your teaching practice and the students in your classes. You're going to give us information about your school, including the demographics and the strengths and challenges that you face in terms of the topics that we discussed in the class. The profile you've done in your wiki, your infographic, which is a graphic representation of the things that are important to you in terms of your teaching practice and the issues that are being addressed, are from your infographic that you already created. The data that you're going to share comes from your Google survey results, and you'll give school information and demographics. And one thing about that, please include some background information about your school and your town. So it puts the information that you provide in context. So we have a bigger picture of not only your school, but where it sits and the issues of the population, anything that you think is pertinent to the information that you're going to be providing in your brown bag lunch. And you're also going to talk about your strengths and your challenges that you've identified that you would like to address in your teaching practice based on what you've learned from this course. The resources are the information that you've collected in your educator's toolkit. This is the toolkit combines all the information that you collected from your resources, from your Diigo, from all of the software or hardware or tools or articles that you think that you would like to take back to your teaching practice and apply. All of that is your educator's toolkit. You want to demonstrate that in your brown bag lunch. Not every single piece, but maybe to talk about what you've collected as a group, and then illustrate one or two really important resources that you think the audience should know about. And then finally, end it with talking about what you think your next steps should be after you've tried to address the issues that you mentioned. After you finish your brown bag lunch, which you will create in VoiceThread, and you have the instructions for that, and if you have any questions, just email about that, because everyone Everyone tends to have a little bit of a different issue with VoiceThread, either because they already have an account on VoiceThread or something not working. Also, Prezi doesn't work very well on VoiceThread. Actually, it doesn't work at all. You have to put them in slide by slide. So give me an email or shoot me a text or call me if it's very urgent and let me know how to work out any particular problem that you have with VoiceThread. But after you completed your brown bag lunch, you are going to provide feedback to the Others Educators Toolkit. And this is a great opportunity for you to find anything else that others have found that you would like to bring in your own kit. And then you're going to provide feedback to others' brown bag lunch presentations. And so this will be on VoiceThread itself. Actually, you can do the feedback to each other's toolkits and the brown bag lunch right on VoiceThread. If you want to do it separately and put it in the discussion board, there'll be a place for you to do that. But if you put it all in one place in the VoiceThread, everybody can see everything at once and we don't have to go back and forth. Let's see. And I think that's it. I have some other points I want to bring out about some of the earlier assignments in terms of bringing that into your brown bag lunch, but that's a case-by-case situation, and I'll email you all separately. I think all the grades are up. And one more thing about the grades, the grade book has all of the points listed. If you find that you are not receiving all of the points for an assignment, either your assignment is not posted in the discussion board or wherever else it's supposed to be posted, or I don't see a commentary that you provided in the discussion board in terms of talking about the key points. So if I've made a mistake in any of your grading, please let me know. It's very possible because I read everybody's threads and sometimes I make the wrong check mark. But if you want to revise and resubmit or anything, or if you think that you might want to put in some information or submit something later, let me know. In case of the discussion boards, it may be a little late because the point of the discussion board is to give commentary and receive it back from everyone else. So if it's like the early part of the course, then you sort of missed your opportunity to have that feedback and you won't receive full points for the discussion board. But if you're talking about week 5 and week 6, there's still a little bit of time left. Shoot me an email as soon as you can, especially during this weekend. If you have any questions, this is a very good time for me to work with students and help them with any questions as they put their presentations together. And if you want me to take a look at your presentation before the deadline to see if I have any comments, that's absolutely fine. This is not a case where I'm looking for I'm trying to say perfection, but I'm looking for a good collection of all of your information and synthesize so that you can give a clear and thoughtful reflection on your teaching practice, your school, the issues, the resources that you're going to use to address those issues, and any next steps. So if you want to revise and resubmit, that's perfectly fine. It's a work in progress. So keep all of that in mind, and please send me emails in the next couple of days, especially as you begin working on this. If you have any questions, it's much easier to address any question that you have earlier in the presentation creation period rather than at the last minute. And and one more thing. I know this is a long message, but what usually comes up at the very last minute is that students will say, you know what, my VoiceThread is rather long. And we don't like to have VoiceThreads more than 5 to 6 minutes because it can be very boring for the listener unless you have a lot of exciting different things. So I would give the following suggestions. Try to keep it within 7 or 8 minutes maximum. Do not be a talking head. Have your slides talk for you and provide information, visual information, and you can give comments. That will cut down all the time that you're talking. I know I should be following my own advice. And see how that works. Okay? Thanks a lot, and I can't wait to see your brown bag lunches. I'm so thrilled about it. Okay, bye-bye.